pakibasa po yung siguro hindi rin panawagan ko dun sa 5 kasamahan naming dakdak pa rin ang dakdak sa dismissal. Nakalagay doon, without dismissing, without terminating. So, the impeachment court retains its jurisdiction, to my mind. That's why we issued summons.
Kay Senator Chis Escudero, sabi niya po kasi sinusunod lang daw po nila yung kanilang yung batas at ang kanyang ginagawa lang daw po nila yung kanilang trabaho.
E di mabuti kung sinusunod yung mga batas at saka yung mga rules and procedures pagkat ako'y mahigpit doon. O kaya nga dapat sana ay noong February 5, ni-refer nila sa Committee on Rules yung articles of impeachment na matanggap nila para nakakilos, mas nakakilos ang Senado, baka nagkaroon na sila ng kopya na napag-aralan na nila yan during the campaign period.
And message din po sa mga senators na sinasabi niyo po na hindi sumusunod sa mga rules and procedures.
Kailangan siguro ilagay natin sa ayos ang ating pagkasenador. Hinalantaan na tayong bayan dyan eh. Ini-expect nila na tayo ay susunod sa mga proper decorum, sa proper ethical standards, sa proper rules and procedures na dapat sundin.
Hello po mga ka-viral and welcome back again to this YouTube channel. Latest update na naman tayo ngayon. Bagamat magtatapos na ang 19th Congress ay hindi ibig sabihin na madidismiss na ang impeachment complaint ni VP Sara Duterte. Dahil tuloy na tuloy pa rin ito sa 20th Congress. At ito ngayon ang pinaghahandaan ng mga prosecutors na taga-Kamara. Ito ang naging pahayag ni Congresswoman Attorney Jinky Luestro sa kanyang interview. Hakbang ng Senado lalo na ang 17 senador at Senate President si Francis Chis Escudero na ipabalik sa Kongreso ang Articles of Impeachment for certification at verification ay unconstitutional di umano at irregular ayon sa dating Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio. Aniya, ang Senado bilang impeachment court ay dapat maging impartial at hindi maging biased sa kabilang panig. Subalit kapansin-pansin na ilang mga senador na kapartido ng Vice Presidente ay lantarang tutol sa impeachment. At mismong si Senator Bato de la Rosa ay nag-motion para i-dismiss ang impeachment na sinuportahan naman ng ilang mga senador. Nanindigan sila ng impeachment kay VP Sara ay political na ayon pa kay Senator Amy Marcos ay hakbang upang sirain si VP Sara Duterte sa parating na 2028 presidential elections. Kinuwestiyon nila ang kahalagahan ng impeachment dahil nasa korte na di umano ang mga kaso ng Vice Presidente at doon siya nararapat litisin. Sa kaugnay na balita ay inaasahang magsumite ng sagot via email ang kampo ng Vice Presidente kaugnay sa writ of summons na inisyo ng Senado sa Vice Presidente. Ang hindi pagtugon dito ay nangangahulugan ng pag-contempt sa kanya ng Senado. Kasalukuyang nasa bansang Australia ngayon, si VP Sara Duterte upang sumuporta sa mga Filipino community doon ang Free Duterte Movement na naglalayong palayain si dating Pangulong Duterte na nasa ICC pa rin na kinuwestiyon ng palasyo sa pamamagitan ni PCO Undersecretary Attorney Claire Castro kung ang pagpunta doon ng Vice Presidente ay personal o business trip. Samantalang ang Office of the Ombudsman naman ay nagpadala rin ng sulat sa Vice Presidente upang sagutin ang mga issue tulad ng misuse of public funds na inirereklamo ng Kamara laban sa kanya.
Judge Ronald De La Rosa and seconded by Senator Judge Bongo. The motion is questioning the legality of the said impeachment complaint. We talk about its implications tonight, and joining us is former Supreme Court Associate Justice Antonio Carpio. Good evening to you, Justice Carpio, and welcome to The Big Story.
Good evening, ladies. Good evening to our viewers.
Right now, the Senate is suspended, the Senate, or rather the impeachment court, but they are debating this manifestation by Senator Bongo to dismiss the complaint altogether. Will the senators senator judges put that into a vote? And what is the legality of this motion?
Well, there is a pending motion by Senator Judge Bato to dismiss the case. They're discussing it, and my opinion is that that will be unconstitutional because the Constitution requires the Senate as an impeachment court to hear and decide the case forthwith to decide the case, and there is no provision there which says that they can dismiss it without a trial. It says shall forthwith proceed with the trial and then decide the case. So they should just hear the case, call the witnesses, get the documents presented, and then decide it to dismiss, to acquit or convict. But they cannot make a judgment even before hearing a single witness or seeing a single document. That will be grave abuse of discretion. I mean, that's a denial of due process to the prosecution.
Justice, the Senate, is this correct? The Senate just constituted itself as an impeachment court and has not yet convened right now as we speak. What is the
Well,
status?
It has constituted itself as an impeachment court. They are now discussing a motion presented to the impeachment court. So in effect, it has convened, but there is no trial yet.
All right.
May
Okay,
I-
go ahead, Sean.
I want to clarify because right before we went into this break, Justice, no, si Alan Peter Cayetano ay nagsuggest for Senator Bato for precisely because of the reasons you cited that it would be unconstitutional. He suggested instead that Senator Bato amend his motion and to remand the articles back to the House. How is the Constitution on that move?
Well, it will, for me, it's also unconstitutional. There is no provision in the Constitution that they can remand it. They have to proceed with the trial forthwith and then make a decision.
So it's
So
a sim-
let's-
I just don't see the reason for remanding it.
Can we go to the root of the motion or manifestation by Senator Bato, which is there were infirmities in the impeachment complaint tackled before the House, meaning the one-year prohibition was somehow violated by the House of Representatives.
Well, that should be brought up by the defense, by the impeached official, by VP Sara. The judges themselves cannot raise that because they are supposed to be impartial. They should not. That is favoring one side already. They're teaching or actually acting as counsel for VP Sara. They should allow VP Sara to raise that in his comment or answer.
Okay, but Justice, who can really decide on whether the one-year ban was violated? Because Senator Bato did cite a ruling by Chief Justice Renato Puno in Francisco versus House, which said that the Senate can decide the question of whether the one-year ban has been violated or not because it has primary jurisdiction over the case.
Well, the impeachment court can decide, but that can be questioned before the Supreme Court if it violates the Constitution.
But the Supreme Court has actually been very clear in its decisions that there was no violation. I mean, these
No, not in this
precedents are
case.
cited.
Not in this case. That has not been ruled upon by the Supreme Court yet, whether the one-year prohibition has been violated.
No,
There was a case before, in the case of CJ, Chief Justice Navide, on that issue. But this is factual, because whether the one-year prohibition has been violated or not is a matter of fact. In fact, I don't know yet because I haven't seen the documents. And that's precisely why Cayetano is saying we cannot decide that now because we don't have the documents here. We haven't seen any of the documents.
So in which case, am I hearing you right, Justice, that they should just start the trial so that the defense of the Vice President can just lay these arguments out at ilalabas na lahat ng
Yes.
dokumento?
Yes, all of these objections they're raising should be raised by the impeached official, by VP Sara's lawyers. Why are they acting like counsel for VP Sara?
But Justice, another topic of debate is whether this can cross over to the 20th Congress. And one senator even floated the question earlier, what assurance is there that this impeachment complaint can cross to the 20th Congress?
Well, my personal opinion is that it can cross over because the Constitution says that public officials shall at all times be accountable to the people at all times. That means a legislative calendar cannot extinguish accountability. At all times means it can cross over the succeeding Congresses. And that has been the case in the U.S. And I think that's very obvious, but
Oops. Justice
Anybody-
Carpio. All right. We lost you for a while there. Please,
I guess the last
Yes.
sentence?
yes, the
Yeah,
last sentence. May you
Yes. Well-
repeat that for us?
my personal opinion is that it can cross over, and I think that's the opinion of many people also. But those who don't agree to that can question any decision of the impeachment court if it dismisses it, or that issue actually will happen only will come out only when the 20th Congress will convene, whether they will accept a crossover. Because if they don't accept a crossover, or they accept it, we really don't know.
Justice, with regard to the House prosecutors, now, while we know that the Senate is, the senators have 6-year terms and they cross over by halves, it's not the same case for the House of Representatives. What happens to the prosecutors, right? Can they just simply carry over, or does that have to restart? I'm wondering about the technicalities here because I've been seeing some opinions also that people are questioning whether or not the House prosecutors still have the mandate after they adjourn sine die.
Well, the Speaker of the House will choose who will, if the old prosecutors will continue or if they will be changed. Some of them did not win re-election, so they will have to be changed. But it's the House will have to decide whether to continue with those prosecutors or not. But they will have to send prosecutors, whether new or old or a combination. It's up to them, but they have the authority to send their prosecutors.
Justice, just like us, I'm sure you were glued to the goings on at the Senate. What did you make of the session today?
Well, it looks like that they're trying to act. Many of them were acting like lawyers for VP Sara by saying it should be dismissed. They are raising objections that should be raised by VP Sara. Why don't they just wait for the comment of VP Sara and then act on that?
And what about senators who didn't don their robes?
Well, their reasons were that they did not have the robe. So I don't think that would affect their status as senator judges. It's a matter of it's just a ceremonial dress anyway. But they took their oath. That means they assumed the obligations and duties of a senator judges.
Let me ask a hypothetical question here, Justice. What if the Senate does vote and they vote to somehow remand the impeachment back to the House, or they vote to dismiss altogether? What happens then?
Well, if let us say the Senate now, as an impeachment court, will not continue, do anything other than continue, then the prosecutors or any taxpayer can go to the Supreme Court to question the action of the impeachment court on the basis of a violation of the Constitution.
And Justice, the basis of this recommendation to remand it to the House is mainly because they're pointing out that the House dragged its feet in the first 3 impeachment complaints. They're saying na they took their time. Sinabi pa nga po kahapon ni Senator Chis Escudero na pabanjing-banjing yung House. What do you make of that, of them throwing this back at the House? Go ahead,
Well,
Justice.
that will make sense if there is no crossover. That will make sense if only the 19th Congress can hear the case, can decide the impeachment complaint. But there is a crossover, so even if they delayed it, it can continue into the next Congress. So it doesn't stop the impeachment.
Okay, so everything should proceed. Basically, the trial should still proceed, and that's still your stand, basically.
Yeah, because that's the command of the Constitution. Trial shall forthwith proceed. And there is actually a crossover because the Constitution says the public officer shall be responsible to the people at all times. In other words, regardless of Congress's ending or renewing, they are accountable to the people.
All right. Well, we thank you very much for your time. Thank you. So,
About you, what made you say yes po sa pag-accept ng post nito as spokesperson? And can you just, spokesperson ng House impeachment prosecutors, yung exact term po na pwede namin gamitin?
Ako po ang tagapagsalita o spokesperson, wala akong distinction eh. The prosecution panel. So magkasama po dyan ang public prosecutors at ang private prosecutors. Ano nag-udyok sa akin na tanggapin ito? Para ho sa bayan. Kinausap ako ng ilang kaibigan na nasa prosecution panel and sa palagay nila ay ako ay makakatulong para ilahad sa taong bayan kung ano ang sinusugo ng prosecution. Tinanggap ko po after talking to my family. Nasagot ko po.
Opo. And may second question lang po. Kahapon kasi, sir, inilabas na ng impeachment court, ng Senate impeachment court, yung isinumite ng kampo ni Vice President Sara Duterte na buong listahan ng kanilang mga magiging abogado dito nga sa paglilitis. And speaking of, kanina nga nabanggit nyo na kayo ay pangkalahatan na tagapagsalita ng House Prosecution Team. Sa panig po ba ng House Prosecution Team, kailan kaya natin papangalanan lahat ng kasali at kung if pwede na nating banggitin, sino po ba yung mga magsisilbing private prosecutor? Sa panig po ninyo, kailan ito? At medyo compound question lang. Anong ibig sabihin po nito na nagsumite na rin yung kampo ni Vice President Sara Duterte ng kanilang mga abogado? Ano po yung ibig sabihin nito para sa trial?
Ibig sabihin po nito na naglahad na sila ng kanilang entry of appearance, ibig sabihin nito ay handa sila na dumaan sa paglilitis. Ngayon, yung inyo pong isang pangalawang katanungan, kailan ho natin papangalanan yung mga private prosecutors? All in due time.
Okay, thank you po. Thank you.
Salamat din po.
Thank you, Mela. Billy Vegas from Abante Politico. You're recognized.
Attorney, magandang umaga po. Attorney, tanong ko lang, meron po ba kayong bayad doon sa
Wala po.
pagiging...
Gaya po na sinabi ko, ako po ay pinakiusapan kung maaring tumulong. Hindi ko na po kinakailangan ng bayad. Para ho sa bayan to. Hindi ho bayad, bayan.
Next question ko po. Attorney, do you think po ba yung utos ng second impeachment court na pasagutin yung 20th Congress na House, kung gusto pa nilang ituloy yung impeachment trial ay admission na pwedeng tumawid, mag-crossover yung impeachment?
Okay, sa aking pong pananaw at sa pananaw ng prosecution panel, there's no such thing as crossover. Yun ang sinasabi nila na nagtapos ang 19th Congress. Ang natatapos po ay yung legislative work, yung paggawa ng batas. Yung institusyon ng Kongreso, yung institusyon ng Senado, ay hindi po yan nag-expire. Tuloy-tuloy po yan. So, I think it's a misnomer to say that will it cross over? There's nothing in the Constitution that says crossover. In fact, sa ilang decided cases, gaya po nung Pimentel versus the Joint Committee, sinabi ng Supreme Court na ang napuputol, ang nagwawakas ay ang sesyon sa paggawa ng batas. Hindi yung institusyon na nagsusurvive, tuloy-tuloy. Nasagot ko po ba? Thank you.
Isa pa po. Last. Hypothetical question lang po. What if i-dismiss po ng Senate impeachment court yung complaint, ay yung case, nang hindi man na nag-hearing?
Wala ho sa saligang batas yan. Yan ho ay betrayal. Yan ho ay hindi alinsunod sa ating saligang batas. Sapagkat, unang-una, I'm assuming ang inyong tinutukoy ay yung motion to dismiss na inilahad ni Senator Bato de la Rosa. Ang hukom po, hindi nagmo-motion. Ang nagmo-motion, yung mga partido. Yung mga grounds na binanggit ni Senator de la Rosa, yun din po yung grounds na iniakit nila sa Supreme Court. So, ang nangyari, si Senator de la Rosa, umaaksyon na parang defense counsel. Ayon ho sa saligang batas, kapag nailatag ang articles of impeachment, dapat agad-agad mag-proceed sa trial. At dapat bigyan, iserve ng writ of summons ang impeached official para maglahad ng sagot or answer, not a motion to dismiss. Kung yung nasasakdal ay hindi pwedeng maglahad ng motion to dismiss, di lalo na siguro yung hukom. Di po ba? Dahil ang sinabi po ng saligang batas, ang kapangyarihan ay to try and decide the case. To try, ibig sabihin po, ay maglitis. Pangalawa, ang ginamit po ng saligang batas na lengguwahe, trial shall forthwith proceed. Trial. Hindi ho sinabi ng saligang batas na ang kapangyarihan ay to hear and decide. Mas malapad po ang saklaw nung legal term na to hear. Ang legal term to hear means to ascertain whether or not the articles or ang reklamo is worth pursuing. In other words, may basihan ba yung sakdal? Hindi ho sinabi ng saligang batas to hear. Ang sinabi ng batas, to try and decide. Ganun ho ka-eksakto ang lengguwahe ng saligang batas ukol sa proseso ng impeachment.
Thank you po.
Salamat din sa tanong.
Thank you, Billy. Let's proceed with the next questions from Tina Panganiban Perez of GMA7.
Good morning po, sir.
Morning.
Sir, prior to your appointment as spokes of the PROSEC panel, have you ever assisted them in any capacity?
Meron na po akong ilang nasaluhan na meeting para ho malaman ko kung ano ang mensahe na ihahayag ko sa publiko. So, yes, nagkaroon na po ako ng partisipasyon.
But not as a private prosecutor, sir?
Hindi po ako private prosecutor.
Opo. And meron po ba kayong update doon po sa binanggit ng prosecution panel na clarification na hihingin po nila sa Senate Impeachment Court about yung orders na ibinaba ng Senate Impeachment Court, pati po yung pag-remand sa articles?
Within the next few days, ang prosecution panel ay magpa-file or maglalahad ng mga kaukulang pleading. Within the next few days, magkakaroon po ng paglalahad.
Sir, clarification lang. That's a motion? Motion to what?
It could be a motion or it could be a manifestation.
Thank you po, sir.
Either way, it is to clarify. Yun hong order.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Tina. Bibian Gulia from ABS-CBN2.
Good morning, Attorney.
Good morning.
Opo. Can you confirm, and may we know the reason, base po sa reports ay the House of Representatives was furnished a copy of the notice of appearance ng pag-enter ng lawyers ni Vice President Sara Duterte ng kanilang entry of appearance, pero hindi po ito tendered, copy, refused to receive.
Okay. Liliwanagin ko po hindi ko ho alam pa kung ano yung dahilan. Subalit, ang bottom line dito, wala ho naman nasaktan, walang damage Because nung tinender nila yung service nung entry of appearance, tender means you are constructively served. So, ke tanggapin o hindi, yun hong purpose was served. Because it was tendered. So, as if you received it. Pag tender po kasi, iniiwan yung dokumento, kaya tender. Kaya naman tender kasi hindi nila inacknowledge na tatanggap nila. But nonetheless, gaya ng sinabi ko, no harm, no foul. Wala hong nasaktan dito, walang naagrabyado.
And as of today, hindi pa po ba naisusumite ng House yung at least the compliance for the first requirement of the Senate Impeachment Court to submit a certification that the impeachment proceedings against VP Duterte here at the House of Representatives were compliant with the Constitution, and won't it derail the process po, the trial?
Hindi po. Sa alinsunod sa kautusan ng impeachment court. Pero nais ko rin pong banggitin. Ngayon ho, hindi pa yan naisusumite. Pero naipasa na po. Gaya ng nasabi ko kanina, in the next few days, magpa-file ho ng ng appropriate pleading ang House Prosecution Panel. Ngayon, ito pong ni-require yung ni-require ho ng impeachment court na magsumite ng certification na hindi nilabag ng Kamara yung 1-year bar rule. Ito po ay surplusage sapagkat yun hong verified articles of impeachment, yun na po yung hinihingi nilang sertifikasyon. Gaya po nung ruling ni Juan Ponce Enrile nung impeachment trial ng ating dating punong hukom ni dating Chief Justice Renato Corona. Ang sinabi po na ruling nun ng presiding officer ng impeachment court na kapag umabot na, kapag nailahad na ang articles of impeachment sa impeachment court, there is now attached to it the presumption of legality and regularity. Hindi na dapat pinagtatalunan. Ngayon, that is a precedent sa impeachment court. Nagtataka lang ako, bakit hindi yun sinunod ng kasalukuyang impeachment court?
Bali, sir, i-comply pa po ba ng House tong requirements, or in the House prosecution's opinion, hindi na po kailangan at hindi ito makaka-derail sa trial kahit hindi sundin itong mga requirements?
Ngayon, ito po, gaya ho nabanggit ko, ang prosecution panel ay magsusumite or maglalahad ng appropriate pleading. Ngayon, I assure